Good afternoon, Ms. Blaine.
Hi.
Thank you for meeting with me today to complete this assignment for my coach literacy class.
Of course.
So what I just want to do today is we're just going to have a pre-observation time together to go over the lesson that you'll be doing tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't necessarily have to be there to watch the class, but if you want me to, it'd be great because then it'll help with our post-observation that we can do the next day, on Tuesday. So,
Yeah.
Okay. So, based on your lessons that you have set for yourself, what are the standards that you see yourself teaching during the time?
Okay, so we're working on informational strand or domain, informational text. We're going to be analyzing text structure. We analyzed text features last week, and we're going to work on text structure in this particular lesson.
All right. And is that like a standard you've already hit up so far this year? I mean, we're already in March of the year, so I'm sure a lot of these standards are repetitive.
Yeah,
so
they are. We actually hit this specific standard in our last unit, week 1 of that last unit, text structures also.
Okay.
Analyzing those within our text.
Okay, that sounds good. Can I take a look at the story for this week to kind of see how it kind of goes in tandem with the standards? So in that way,
shall turn to listen to.
I know, the book is so cumbersome.
Yes, and it's very long and arduous, so it's starting here.
Is it a long story?
It is. It's a very long story.
Oh, it's a science story.
It is informational about earthquakes, eruptions, and other events that change Earth, and that ties into our weekly question.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Cool. All right. So, can you recall a time in the past that you taught a lesson that related to this same standard?
Yes. We were reading about biographies.
Okay.
And in the biographical text, we also had to read through during our close read to find and identify the text structures that were used.
All right. Okay, very good. What do you expect to see students doing in relationship to the goals that you set? Now, I know that you have mentioned to me that you do set goals with your students and you make it a point to see each one individually and kind of get an idea of what they hope for in their academics and then what you strive for as well. So how do you see this standard really meeting a goal that you've discussed with them as of late?
Okay, well, with this specific standard, during our close read, we will be highlighting the evidence, underlining the evidence, working through those steps and questioning. We'll be, let's see what else we do in our small groups. They like to do what's called the text structure UNO. So, just to be able to quickly identify which text structure is being used.
Can you elaborate a little more on that? You said a text structure. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
So we have these cards, and I can actually get them for you if you like.
Sure. Yeah,
I'll go grab them.
Okay.
You're right here, actually. So it's set up just like UNO. UNO cards here, and they have to identify the text structure. And if they get it, they get it right, the question right, then they get to leave their card down. If they miss it, well, they have to kind of hold each other accountable for, oh yeah, that's right, no, that's not right. And I give them a list. I'll usually write it here on the table, give them a list of text structures to identify. So they'll go through and play the UNO game.
That's cool. I like that a lot. It's good too because you can use this as part of your differentiation for your different tiered groups in your classroom. So I like that. That'll be fun. All right. Well, obviously that kind of helped to answer the next question, which was what instructional strategies you will use to help students meet that standard. And one being the game. How about your small groups? How do you see when you take your close read or even the vocabulary, using those components in your center time? How do you hope to really use that to differentiate for all your students?
Well, I usually do small groups geared toward, say, if we're doing vocabulary, so a word study, they will not only write down the words, but identify them in the text. Where are they in the text? And then find the meaning and the context clues within the text.
Okay.
That'll be a specific group working on that. And then I'll have a group that will specifically be geared to text structure and will their play Uno. Another group will be like leveled readers, where the the goal of identifying the text structures within the text, we'll do that together in a smaller group setting with another text that's on their level.
Okay.
So, does that answer the question?
Yeah, very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So is there anything specific when I come see the lesson being taught, or like I said, either way, is there anything in specifically you want me to look for?
Maybe identify areas where I could maybe apply some other lesson there, like identify where I can also teach some other part or reteach some other part of a goal, like a previous goal, or
so like a spiral review, or
where I can
or even like using a connecting text with it,
connecting the text, or connecting the concept to maybe a real world aspect, or just some further investigation into what I can teach further.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. I mean, especially in third grade, because there's so much heavy stuff to cover, and while the standards do seem very repetitive, it's like that for a purpose, you know, making sure that, you know, the more they hear it, then the easier it comes to memory, especially when they're taking their FAST testing, or even just their summative testing at the end of the unit. It'll be most beneficial. So
also maybe identifying where I can help them, you know, because on their independent work during their questions, they tell me that their struggles are they don't understand the question and what the question is asking. When we are going through our text and I'm modeling the questions, yes, I'm saying them out loud, but how could I, you know, help them better understand how to pull out the information from the question? And I know on their independent work the questions are going to be different than you know, but most of the words are the same as far as academic vocabulary. So maybe identifying where I can slip that in. Somehow.
And that's definitely a good piece that you can use during your center time too. Let's say in small group, utilizing IXL. You know how you can make like the quizzes, and they do it based on, you know, like test prep or other standards that you want to focus on, but really breaking down like a question for them. Like, let's say they read a short text and you know, they look at the question and they're like, okay, you know, that there's maybe 2 out of 4 of those answers that look like it could be the answer, and showing them how to eliminate. Though there's always that one piece in those questions that doesn't make sense, and you always have to go back to the text to it. So that's definitely something that we can look over to help them. I know 4th grade has a really good program that they use called CRAM, and it has to do with, you know, like rereading the question, annotating, you know, where they could, you know, where the answer could potentially be. But that was a really good program, and I can get you connected with somebody to prepare them, because it's something that they'll be seeing in the next grade.
That will help.
So, okay. All right. Well, we're done for our time today. We'll see your lesson go through, and then we'll meet up after for a post-observation.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Ms. Blaine.
Thank you.